I tell you about my doom?
Hey folks, welcome to the third Patreon art stream where I have a guest, my friend Amber. Hey Amber. Today, thanks to the magic of modern technology and the Elgato thing I use to record my games, I can also record this other computer, so now we can both do art. So, today's topic will be, we will be drawing based on cool stuff we see, and see what we can learn from those drawings. So,
I've already started because I'm bad.
Yep, Amber's already way ahead of me, so let's get started. Let's see.
I need the head start.
There it is. Okay, so these are some like pics I pulled. When I find cool pics, I usually put them aside. I have lost some of them, which is sad. I've probably put them somewhere. Hopefully I'll find them again. In the meantime, this is what I have. Let's see. All is well. This works. Oh, Jeb, you had a cool guest on your podcast. I hadn't heard about that. I need to listen to more podcasts. I'm like so behind. Even though I probably should have listened to more since I've been like drawing constantly for the past weeks. But now I'm done. I'm free. Poster and comics for the PAX Rumble are done, and gosh, I feel so good. It is a very good day. So let's see. So yeah, let's.
In hair. It's hard.
Like something I really like is this little Zarya by Izumaru. So I'm just gonna copy it, plop it down here, and see what I can do. So, like I have trouble drawing chibi like characters. I don't get the proportions really well. It's tricky for me. So I think this is a good example. Oh really? Oh okay. You were on Jeb's podcast.
Yeah, I was on Jeb's podcast.
You could have said so when I mentioned that. Like
I was gonna let you put the two and two together. I'm busy drawing like sexy hair. Like
okay. Surprise reveal.
Surprise reveal. Okay, actually, I was like, this is gonna look terrible, and it's like, this is actually not looking too bad.
Yeah. We are all learning. Everything is okay. No pressure. All we do anyway is
That looked good.
yeah, like I know I will be mostly drawing trash today, and that is fine. Okay, so that might be a little bit of a too thick. Okay, that's about right. And if I zoom in real far and kind of look into, it's like kind of, and also it's interesting to zoom in and see the imperfections and realize, oh, like art that other people do isn't magically perfect and mine is terrible. No. Like it is okay. Like this little part here, no one even like notices, and that is fine. I like the simplicity of the eyes. They're super cute and in just like 2 strokes. That's really neat. Muscle, arms, and like I really like this kind of thing. Like economy of like getting hands to look right easily is like, oh, it's so hard. It is so hard. And tiny boots. Tiny boots. Those are adorable. Okay, so let's see. So, looking over, I'll put this in the background and fade it, and then do some stuff over it. So let's see. Yeah, like I usually like if I can listen to a podcast, I usually will, and that's something I always did. Like I had to be doing something all the time, but I don't know. Like since over the past year, that's become less of a requirement, and I've become more able to just relax. Like I've been on like 3-hour bus rides between Quebec and Montreal where I just like laid back and looked outside and didn't do a lot. And that's weird to me. Like the like idea that I can just relax and not have entertainment bombarding me at all times is cool. And it is also possibly related to the fact that, you know, for the past year I've come into my own, and I actually am comfortable with the person I am, and that means I don't have to be constantly distracted from who I am. But also means I've fallen behind on many podcasts because I don't listen as much. I don't optimize my time for podcasts as much. Sometimes I just I just walk outside and chill and see what happens, and I'm missing a lot of cool podcasts. But I will be listening to them starting soon. And check this out! Foreheads. That is really interesting, because usually I think characters are between 7 and 9 heads. I think Bayonetta is probably 9, 10 heads, really tall, lithe. So this adorable character, whose proportions I really are 4 heads. And if you look, it's really one head for the head, one head for the entire torso, and then one head from the waist to the knees, just about, and then another head for the rest. So that is interesting. Basically, again, the waist is the exact middle of the character, and then you have neck, waist, knees. That's interesting. Let's try something like that. And of course, I just made a bunch of layers. I'm just going to compress them. Boom. So. Bayonetta, 7 heads of legs alone. Yeah, it's
7 heads of legs.
7 heads of legs. That's the name of my next restaurant. 7 heads of legs.
This is what peak performance looks like. You may not like it, but
yes, 7 heads of legs.
So I'm drawing the anguished one from Shin Megami Tensei, and he's actually I don't even know what it's some weird divine being that doesn't understand human things but likes humans, and I'm really jealous of his hourglass figure. How do you get that? That's not fair.
You get that by being a fictional character, I think is the...
That's true. By being in a Shin Megami Tensei game, you get to have an hourglass figure. Everybody gets an hourglass.
Yeah, you also get a superhero, you get a terrifying alter ego, you also might get to die. Who knows? If you're a protagonist, even if you're a protagonist, you might,
You get to fight God, and then you get a bunch of sexy demons follow you around, and not so sexy demons, but they're still cool and kind of terrifying. So...
Okay, so let's see. This is
stripes.
But the little shoulders, yeah, because these are actually pretty sizable shoulders. And usually, hands will be about this size, because you kind of want them to intersect this way. And then, okay, so I think that's about it. Let's see how this measures up. So, okay. I drew the waist a little too high. So let's actually, let's do some smushing. Because we can do that. We have that power. We are artists. Hear us roar, maybe. So that's... Okay, this one is pretty much about right. Yeah, okay. But this is the part... Actually, you know what? Let's screw it. I'll just... Whoa, that is a big eraser. Why are you not erasing? Oh, okay, because of this. I've selected a pixel somewhere. There we go. Alright, so if I just do this, and now... So, okay, yeah, waist is still a little bit high. I'll just... Erase everything. Okay. And waste should be here. So about this. Okay. And the legs. Okay. Yeah, I think this already is looking a little bit better. Let's do the test again. A little bit, yep. Okay, so far so good. Now, let's see how we can work on this a little bit more. So, yeah, shoulders should be around here. I'm getting all the notifications in the world. Oh my gosh, everything's happening.
Wow, that was actually not too bad. I just did the same thing. I'm like,
nice.
That's actually kind of works.
Good work, Amber.
Minus he's not like holding a like martini or whatever, but he should. If you're a divine, and you should have like parties and stuff.
Well, it depends which kind of divine you are. If you're a divine in the counterweight mythos, then you're a giant robot and have other pressing matters.
But he's not a giant robot. I mean, he's actually like a star system, so his like true form is like can't hold things because it's like a star thing. But in this form, you could totally host parties.
Are we still talking about Shin Megami Tensei?
Yes, we're still totally talking about Shin Megami Tensei.
Okay. Oh, but not Persona, just Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, so Persona is a subset of Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, oh, yeah, okay.
It's like a square is a rectangle thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shin Megami Tensei, giant setting. Persona, one of these stories that happen in this like giant universe.
I don't even know if it's like a continuous universe. It just kind of like it's more of like a.
But yeah, it's Shin Megami Tensei is Final Fantasy.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, because
that's like the best way to.
Yeah, because like you have sort of recurring characters, but also they're like it's usually a different world every time.
Yeah, Persona's like if Final Fantasy had like a high school like spin-off.
Yep.
Okay.
So Persona is the Final Fantasy VIII of Final Fantasy.
They're all like Final Fantasy VIII, except the one you're like burglars, and that's the newest one.
All right.
You get to be a cat.
Yes. All right. So I'm kind of realizing. Okay, torso much wider because width is also something to be thinking about. So yeah, I need to let's deform this a bit more. Oh, actually, whoops. I actually want to be free transforming.
Okay, so I'm gonna just
Bloop. Something wider. A bit like that.
So
Of course, there's armor on the legs and so on, but it's also still interesting to look. And seems like the knees are actually a little bit lower than I thought. So let's tweak that a bit. Yeah, so legs much bigger, and so kind of going like this. And then really, really tiny lower legs and a foot.
there's enough resemblance that I'm enjoying this a lot.
I'm glad. Art should be enjoyed.
I love Shin Megami Tensei has like some great sassy faces. Just like look at this sassy face. Like this person doesn't know what he's doing like half the time, and he's still like sassy. Like
Well, I mean,
he's like evil sassy.
yeah, like aren't we all
evil.
not aren't we all evil sassy? Aren't we all like not really knowing what we're doing all the time? Like we are constantly in a state of Like many of us are like basically going through life saying, "I hope nobody notices. I don't know what I'm doing," and everyone is saying that. The ones who actually aren't,
I mean,
a few of them know what they're doing. The others don't actually, but they believe they are.
see, what I want is I want that, but also I'm like semi-divine and like sassy and have magical powers.
Well, I mean, like life goals. Yeah, you gotta have goals. All right,
Life-
so this is interesting. This is like so 4 heads, and yeah, the torso actually about as wide as the head. And then, I wonder if... Okay, each leg is not as wide as a head, but it's getting there. But I think what's throwing me off the most is the much bigger part here and the tiny limbs, which I guess makes sense that, like, proportions aren't kept. Like, normally the elbow is kind of at the middle. Like, yeah, pretty much. But here it's not super necessarily the case, and I guess I'm fine with it. Or maybe it is and I'm just not noticing right, but yeah. Oh yeah, right, Final Fantasy Type O was totally a high school thing too.
Final Fantasy High School Tactics.
Yes, Type O is War as Hell Final Fantasy High. Alright, so I have this here. So can I replicate this?
So floofy.
Who's Floofy?
This person's hair is so floofy.
Oh, yeah.
How on earth did like? I want to know like what brand of shampoo and stuff he uses. Like, just in general, like the anime protagonist shampoo. Like, I'm gonna use that. Like, I have curly hair, but I'm sure I can make it work.
We can make anything work. Well, within reason. I do like to be positive, but positivity has to be tempered with realism sometimes.
I'm glad that we're not on this. On the the Giant Beast Academy.
Oh, I love doing that. I love doing that so much. I would totally do that again.
So you have to be realistic, Xandra, here, so you can be like goofy Xandra other places.
Yeah, so Xandra that goes like, oh yeah, totally, we can do that, sure. Which is also how I really like approaching like game design. Like, yeah, totally, let's do that. Let's try anything.
Okay, so I just need to go on a game design stream, and then you'll entertain all my ideas.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, within reason. Like, if your ideas are
Reasonable, like having a guy that shoots like mini versions of himself.
that's easy. That is super easy. It's because, like, if you think, like, if I think in game design terms, then, oh yeah, it's just a person spawning another object that just happens to look like him. Like, that is, yeah, it's object spawning another object. That is super simple to do.
What an uncanny resemblance.
Yes.
I'm just like imagining an owl like saying that. Boop boop. Sassy hair.
Like a tiny foot.
Yeah.
Another tiny foot.
Ooh.
Uh,
Go for it. Alright.
okay, I kind of want this character to be sitting on something.
Sassy hair, sassy hair.
Okay, I think she's going to be like holding onto something here.
Okay. This is about... It actually kind of works a lot. I just want to do the ruffles. I'm about to move on to my image 2.
Yep. I like ruffles.
I know,
My-
he's like...
My favorite type of chips.
No! No! Not that kind of
Or
ruffles.
crisps, also, depending on...
No!
What? What?
Look at my stream. Look at those ruffles. The ruffles.
Yes. Okay, those ruffles. Those ruffles.
You can't. Don't eat them. They're too fancy to be eaten. Like that's like one way to piss off like someone that's demi-divine. Like eat their ruffles. Like they're like not even a human, so they're like I'm gonna be like fancy human with ruffles, and you like eat their ruffles, and they're like this is a weird human practice I have not been introduced to you.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's one of those things where, like, oh, if someone's like a demigod, don't eat their food without asking.
Don't eat their ruffles.
Yeah, that's rude.
And don't eat their food. Don't eat their like clothing without asking. Like that's
either. Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't see how this would ever be relevant, but I mean, it's also like good advice.
It's good advice.
Yeah, like don't do that. Certainly.
Nah, don't be like that. Okay, I am pleased with this. I'm going to try and work on the hands. I struggle with hands. Hands are hard.
Hands are so hard. Oh gosh, hands are hard.
I actually really like hands. Like sometimes I get them right. See, it's like sassy hands. Sassy hands. Camera shake.
Yes.
This is an indie movie, so there has to be camera shake.
Absolutely. That's the rules.
Okay, we're gonna like.
Oh, thanks, Dojion. Like it's like it was an awesome experience because like this by the way, that whole like stream of consciousness game design. And okay, I think I kind of got it here. I think this is kind of okay. We'll see how it holds up once I actually do the thing. Yeah, this stream of consciousness game making thing is something I've done in the past. I usually do this for like game design classes when I want to teach, hey, here's how you make a game with Construct or one of these prototyping tools. And it's really just to show that and let people like pitch in and see how like just suggest things and show, oh, you suggest this, cool. Like see how quickly it is to put an idea into execution once you actually get an idea of how to make it work. And I think that is hopefully something that can help people get over the initial hump of like, oh, I want to make a game, but it's too complicated. No, it's actually really easy. Once you know the tools and you start to understand the logic, it's quick. Like you can quickly get some results. And like near the end, we were losing some steam because you get a lot of stuff at the start, and then you get diminishing returns. But I really feel like, we got we went in interesting ways that I could not have predicted. The whole thing, basically, I pitched this to like to them, and basically the idea was, hey, let's make a game. Like basically, platformer would probably be like the easiest thing, but anything where you control a character directly is relatively like simple to do. So yeah, like it turned out really well. I'm really pleased with how all of that turned out. And yeah, and also I really like that how like Vinny came up with the concept like looking for, okay, what do we call this? And he came up with like the Giant Beast Academy, which is such a good idea because that effectively it went from let's just make a game on stream to no, let's teach things, and this sets a precedent for now how can they like bring in other folks to teach with other tools or like artists how to art and stuff like that. And I think like they should definitely look into doing more of these if they find like the right folks who can have something entertaining that everyone can pitch into. And Lord knows I would love to do another one of these if there is interest, and also if there is like a good reason for me to do another one. Like I would love to do a roguelike with them because like it seems big, but it's relatively easy for me to set up a framework where you can roguelikeify a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'm eager to see like what comes out of this because it was such a fun thing to do. All right,
I'm pleased with this. And moving on.
Yeah, sassy tear.
Sassy.
Oh, sassy face. I'm sassy. I'm sassy. I'm sorry.
Alright. So, what other things? I just love Persona's style, and I want to look at, like, did here and, like, proportions. Mostly just work on the face. I really like Persona faces. And, like, hats. Hats are good.
Okay, so if kind of going with this direction, this means that eyes would pretty much be like this, nose like this. Okay, so let's work with that. Yeah, that's godlike eyeliner.
You're making me think of, like, all the MOBAs, where it's like, you do something really good and you're godlike, so you just, like, you put on eyeliner, and as an announcement it just says, godlike! You can spin to win.
All I do is spin, 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 no matter what.
Alright. So, now it's less spinning. Mostly less spinning.
See, this is my favorite part of making a mouth. I make this little wedge, twisted wedge, and then it looks okay. I just fill in this part, and oh my gosh, it's a three-dimensional thing. It's like, I love this little bit of magic of art when, like, oh, something that was nothing suddenly turns into something. There's a little button nose.
I really love, like, the angles of this pose. Just like this one line. One better line. And there's like...
Okay, so she looks like she hasn't slept in forever. So I'm just going to maybe rework a little bit the bottom parts of those eyes.
So, this.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go with that for now. So, face means ears are here. Oh, how does... Okay, yeah. Still got them big ears. And I think I recall is that the center of the eye reaches the top of the ear. Which makes sense because glasses usually go like this. And it doesn't make sense because of the glasses, but we made glasses like this because that's where our eyes and our ears work. Alright, so... And now I realize, oh, her mouth is probably a little... It gives her super childlike face that her mouth is so high. If I just move it a little bit like this, like, boom! Suddenly older. Like face and a little mouth here. Like suddenly, oh gosh, this face. Also, isn't it awesome that just by making these three things, we see a face immediately? Humans are pretty awesome like that. Aren't humans awesome?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's hard for me to like listen to that song now and now immediately go to the version I made at some point to drive home the point to someone that like French is a very gendered language. Everything is gendered. Everything on earth is a he or a she. Everything is gendered with no neutrality.
That bad.
That's how French is. So, actually, let's... Okay, kind of want... Yeah, I'm not feeling the hair. Just doing like these little... Oh, okay, I think this works. This is okay. Doing these little, like... kind of clumsy bangs. Okay, yeah. Let's go with a part. Yeah, much better. Okay. Gosh, this looks so much better. Like giant mohawk. No.
Do you ever like get like most of the way through a pose and you're like, I'm just not actually sure how this would work like in real life? Is this like one of those impossible poses? Don't do that.
I've done that before. I tried to head this off at the pass now by drawing the pose first, or sometimes in the corner I do like a little version of the pose, and then I try to base it off of that.
So this is like promotional art. So I don't know if like
Oh wow, gosh,
like this pose viable?
it could be.
Just how strong would you have to be to like hold an axe like this in one hand?
Well, the thing is,
All Persona characters are like secretly super buff.
and there's the thing that we don't know what that axe is made of. It could be a plastic. It could be a movie prop axe. We
Hopes
don't
and
know.
Dreams.
Yes. Also, depending on the pose, this could be in the middle of a swing, where the axe is now like has like you took a lot of effort to bring it up, but now it's already has some inertia going.
I don't know. Like this is definitely like a pose. Like it doesn't look like this is middle of a swing.
Yeah, especially she's like, yeah.
Like yeah.
But it could be that like she's lifting it up, like
you could be like fabulous,
and
like,
then like letting it fall down.
the photogenic like Persona character, where like at every like frame of the swing, you just like look good.
Also, remember to save. Remember to save.
Oh, okay.
Save once, save often.
Okay. You just save the sassy face. No. We go in the art. Sassy face. My sassy face. My little sassy face.
It's like my buddy. My sassy face and me.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. I want to put her in overalls, but drawing this is probably premature. I'll do the rest of it first, and then add in the bells and whistles afterwards.
Do. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, something like that. Have a little... fill this out a bit.
Wow, some characters have, like big eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, look at that like eye to mouth ratio.
Yeah. It's.
Like that's different size of face. Alright. I don't know where to start with this one. I'm just gonna start with eyes. Eyes are always good to start with. No. Here we are.
Torso might be getting a bit big, so let's go back and tweak that a bit.
Oh wait, I'm doing something wrong. Wrong layer. That's the worst feeling.
Oh yeah, when you like even like doing the line art on the wrong layer, like oh no.
Why did I be big enough? I'm gonna make an eye. Like that eye is not even big enough. Big eye. Anime eye.
The anime.
Boop boop boop. Not it just has an eye. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Oh, she can't even see the other eye. So I just like have to bring it down a little bit. So I just want to like try and get this pose. It's so cool. Boop boop boop. Alright. That seems good. Got like floofy hair. You gotta have floofy hair.
Oh yeah, you got it.
It's like a fervent floofy hair because you don't actually see many people in anime with floofy hair, and it's like I like seeing the floofy hair
Mm-hmm.
because I have floofy hair.
You totally do. That hair is very floof.
It's highly floof, high in the floof ratio. I don't even know how I do floofy hair. Can't even do my own hair. Alright, I'm gonna like probably just go back and just do the hair alone. Next. I don't know how to do floofy hair.
It's tricky.
Like just scooch it up for the time being. And
Scooch it up.
I can try over here.
Drawing circles. The bane of my existence.
Just keep drawing circle. Okay, so I just like draw curves on the left side, and that just worked. It's the secret of curly hair.
Yep. It's the secret of curves. Well, not really.
So in this layer, she just randomly has like one side of her hair that's just like way better than the other.
Now, one of her hands
Only in
is
drawings.
giant. So I'm just gonna like tweak this a little bit.
Gotta have that. Cancel. Oop, oop.
There we go. I think that's much better. Didn't actually mismatch her hands, which is great. This might be a bit big. Let's tweak that a scotch. Drawing chibi is hard. I rarely do it. So it's... okay, I
It's
think...
kind of funny like that. So I feel like chibi is like a lot of people's go-to style.
Mm,
Like everyone has their like thing, your specialty. You're like a chibi wizard or like a realist.
Hello, I am Xandra, the realistic wizard. Not really.
The comic wizard.
Mm.
Wizardess.
How incredibly like amazing it is that my first published comic book will be about fake video game wrestling.
That's
Still not quite
I feel
over
like
that.
You're winning. Like you're winning something. Like somewhere on some like UI screen that like follows your life. There's like an achievement.
Beady? Oh yeah. Dojion mentioned in the chat, like when you have a character who has eyes, but when they're wearing a mask, the eyes are whited out.
Oh,
Because like they feel a little bit more mysterious.
mysterious.
Otherwise, it's just, hey, I'm just a dude in a mask. No, I'm mysterious now. This mask is for some reason like making my pupils vanish. Or like in superhero comics where you wear a domino and no one can recognize you and also your pupils vanish. That's kind of how it works. Okay, I think the waist is smaller.
She's like doing this rock on symbol while she like holds it. Oh no, that's just her other thumb. Never mind. She's just doing a rock on symbol.
Okay, I think this is a little bit better. Also, I think... yeah, this should probably be a little bit higher.
Oh, that's actually not good.
Put a great big pocket in the front here.
Okay. Good stuff.
Also, kind of makes it look like her overalls are super happy. Yay!
The overalls hunger.
Yes, the super
They hunger.
super happy overalls. Because we see faces everywhere. That's what we do.
My overalls hunger for eliminations.
Put little pockets on the side.
I guess it's gonna be a new headcanon now. It's like, like someone's gonna be like interested not in Joya, but like her overalls. They want to date the overalls. Like they're cute. They're cute and they're supportive and like what more can you ask for?
Also, you know what? I think I'll actually go with them being like cut up here.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get more angle here.
Now, this changes like a lot of like clean and proper, but let me give her like a little band-aid on her knee there. Because you shouldn't have cut off your overalls. Now see what you've done. At the seam a little bit here.
Axe to meet you.
Now, my worst enemy, shoes.
Shoes are great. Who doesn't like shoes? I like shoes.
I mean, I like them enough, not enough to like make a deal with Satan to sell them, but like.
What do you have against shoe sellers?
No, it's from Kids in the Hall.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's they're the French they're the English Canadian RBO.
I don't know what an RBO is.
They're the French Canadian Kids in the Hall.
Okay.
They're a comedy troupe.
Okay.
That like had a show for a long time. And I'll give her socks because you wear socks and shoes.
Just gonna pretend that. Not gonna try on the eye right now. Oh.
And put these comical.
Should I like the American one?
Yeah, like that.
Wow, she might actually be the American one in Persona. I'm just like, oh yeah, like she's definitely formed because she has curly hair. Why didn't I think of that? You know?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, she could just be curling her hair.
But she has brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
She brown hair. It's curly. Like that's definitely not. Well, let's actually look at the other characters.
I haven't really read much info and speculation about the new Persona characters. I kind of do like going in blind.
But like nobody else, everyone else has like straight, which is like can be read as like Japanese hair.
Mm.
Although it's usually, I don't know how these things work in anime.
I think it really depends on the studio and the artist and the style. I've seen, yeah, it's. I don't think there's a universal way like this is how it works.
Use the foreign one. I mean, no, I love how like some are just like. Some animes are just like, hey, here, have like this person has a U.S. flag on their forehead. They're from America.
Yeah, that is sometimes very overt. I do like though the convention of just everyone has like wildly different colored hair, and that's fine.
I love that.
That's how it is, and totally.
That's how my life is. Like that's how all my friends are.
Yeah, pretty much. Like this is me with my most boring everyday hair.
It's like everybody I know just has like anime hair.
Pretty much.
It's kind of like a life imitates art kind of deal, but it's realistic to me.
It is to me too.
Okay, I'm gonna try and capture this like cool like hat thing going on here. We need to zoom for emphasis on cool hat grabbing. Look at that. No, I don't want to doodle it. Look at that. That's pretty cool. IMO. Although, like, I don't know what's going on with this finger. This finger's like, argh. But hey, fingers are hard to draw.
Yep.
All right, I like that finger. It's a quality finger.
Yeah.
No, I kind of like think like in isolation, like fingers kind of look like caterpillars.
A bit. I could see that. All right, so I've kind of drawn this little back of tires, kind of Jeep thing. All right, I think I'm happy with this. So now, to see if this is actually cool. Are you ready, Amber?
Yeah.
Check this out.
Oh, good.
So I made this like little person on the back of a 4x4. Now, I'm going to remove this. So far, so good. Still looks okay. Edge would probably be bigger. I'll do some stuff. But now, still okay. Not so bad. Because once you flip it, then immediately your brain registers this as something else. And now you see all the little things that are weird. Like, oh yeah, eyes are kind of weird. You see all the little differences, and that's that's the moment of truth for your drawing. You kind of see, like, oh, you start seeing things you didn't notice before. And now you have the chance to tweak them. So I could go like, oh, like this. Even out her eyes a little bit.
So, as much as other people do not like hands, I really like when hands come together. Like, hands coming together is like one of my favorite things to draw.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So I like really weird hand moves.
Also forgot to give her eyebrows. Whoops.
We don't need eyebrows.
Where we're going, we don't need
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Ooh, I just like okay. So I'm just gonna try and make this.
I think this is okay. I think I did a decent job. Before I move on to something else, though, just want to maybe test. Okay, yeah, would this look better with the bigger head? Let's see. Let's just try something.
Okay, I kind of see like what
And like, yeah, I think this is better. I think like the bigger head makes it work a little bit more, which probably means that boop. So it's like, yep, that this character is more like maybe 3.5 heads with. So this isn't all bad, but yeah, I think. I would probably like, probably would get something better with a bigger head, but you know what? I like this. I like where I went with it, so I'm putting my stamp on it and moving on. Yeah, flipping the image is something I've seen a lot of artists do, and it really like helps a lot. With it's probably like a, I don't know exactly how it works in the brain, but you totally like will see things differently from that other angle. I don't think it works like this, but you know. All right, so that was fun. So it's been about an hour. You good to keep going, Ember? How do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I can finish up. I'm getting kind of hungry for lunch type thing.
That's right. We should probably go eat soon. And it has been about an hour. I think it's probably... Are you about done? Are you...
So, I did Sassy Face. My Sassy. Yeah. And then this is actually coming along pretty well.
Cool.
Like, I'm actually really happy with this sketch.
It's a good one, and like the hair is really tricky.
Hair is really tricky, but I like got it on the left side, and I was like, oh, I can just do this on the right side if I redo it.
I think the for hair, what's worked well for me is slowly try to understand how actual heads work, and stuff like that. Like okay, like we have a person here, like ship, and like kind of messed up the head shape here, but we're going with something like that. Just gonna like shave off the excess here, and basically, like depending on the hairstyle you want, you kind of think about the hairline. Which okay, so probably be something like this, and or it depends. Like depends on like your character or whoever. But usually, like it's fairly okay to like get something about this type. Now depending on the like if there was like the great big giant like lots of frills, kind of thinking about them like, okay, how does this physical hair actually exist in the world? So like, if there's this like great big thing here, okay, well, these are all like, treat the hair as if it's like a Medusa head, tentacles. Like,
but
okay,
like clusters.
Yeah, like where do these things actually come from? Like, where are they anchored? Where do they come from? Where do they go?
Where do they come from?
And also, like, having them actually like react to the wind and such is another big thing. And if you think, okay, so it's probably going to be like this, like that. So we kind of get a natural part here. So that's kind of something we're going to do. And then, if we just like remove the fluff.
I really like the kind of like clump model of doing it. I've usually done that with like kind of like straight hair. It's like curly hair I've never done before. So like curly clumps, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, curly is another challenge.
But I kind of like gravitate towards like doing clumpy model. I really like it. It works really well.
Yeah, I mean, like this isn't like the best, but I think it.
I mean, they look like an anime main character, so that works. Like,
but it kind of
they're ready to go fight in the Thunderdome or something.
Yeah, pretty much, and it's I think it helps to like to get a feeling for how the hair is and how you can work with it. It's not like drawing bodies, understand, not just like repeating what we see in a pose, but actually understand in three-dimensional space what is being like achieved by the body here, like which forms, and then you can just draw over them and slowly learn. And I guess like at some point I've drawn a lot with ink, and I just basically go skip straight to the finish. Sometimes it doesn't work super well, sometimes it does, because that's the risk of like skipping a step. And also if you want to start, like maybe do the Josh Waitzkin chess learning method, which if you don't know who Josh Waitzkin is, you should probably read the book The Art of Learning.
Okay.
It's his autobiography, and it's amazing because it basically like tells the tale of how he went from child chess prodigy and like world chess champion, and then kind of fell out of chess, walked around, explored the world, discovered the martial art form of Tai Chi, and then became world champion of Tai Chi.
Whoa!
So it's basically how to learn and master anything. And the way he was taught chess was like a lot of people learn chess with openings. He was taught chess by literally like, okay, you have a king and a pawn. Opponent has a king. Win. And eventually, okay, opponent has a king and a pawn. You have a king and two pawns. Win. And basically learn and master these very like sparse scenarios, and eventually add more pieces, and it kind of makes sense. You have very limited tools, you get good with them, and then you add more tools and you get better with them, kind of like how a game works.
Yeah.
And this meant that in tournaments, at the start of the game, other person goes, opening, I know how to open, I know how to start things, and as the game progresses and pieces are lost, the other person is drifting further and further away from their zone of their comfort zone. And Josh is getting closer and closer to his comfort zone because he has trained a lot with very few pieces. So as the game goes on, he is becoming better and better. And I think, that was neat. So like applying this to hair, I would probably do something like, okay, like a hairline, stuff like that, and start with like the Felix haircut. Okay, like
the Felix haircut.
Yeah, all you get is this. All you get is this area. Do stuff with it.
Oh, are we talking about the same Felix?
Yep. Unless you know another Felix.
I don't know another Felix.
Yeah, so like, okay, do something with just this piece of hair.
The Felix shout out.
Exactly. So this is all you get. And like the rest is off limits. And start with that. do things like, experiment with this like...
You are not worthy enough for more hair yet.
Exactly, like start with this, and eventually, okay, like maybe, oh, now you get like this whole place.
You get more badges. And you can
Exactly.
gain more hair.
And then you can like, oh, start to do things like experiment a little bit more and
Like have-
oh my god, my head is on fire.
Yeah. No.
Until eventually, okay, maybe like get the whole thing. And then you can, okay, start to graduate and like do stuff like that and isn't like isn't it awesome that like with just so few strokes we can make a person? Isn't that the best?
That's just like. That's what I love about art. Boop. Beep. Oh wait, whoa! I've never tried gluten-free brush before.
A gluten-free brush?
Oh, calligraphy
Oh, calligraphy brush, like
brush. It's
gluten-free brush.
Yeah. Let's try the face calligraphy. More.
You make a cat person.
Cat. Cat. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Expression is also really good to practice. Eyebrows are so powerful. Like, check this out. Like,
I always think of aw.
Hmm.
Whenever you say that, I think of like Satsuki from Kill la Kill. Like powerful eyebrows. Let's do the powerful eyebrow. Wait.
Those powerful eyebrows.
That's some Satsuki brows going on right here
Mm.
on this cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Got one tooth.
All right, one tooth.
And he's got collar. So it's, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, a collar with a little bell.
Maybe make a smaller brush size because you can't write Nya on the collar.
Or you have like the more. Oh,
You're making a cat too.
yep.
Making cats together.
Yeah.
Except you have the human cat.
Hmm.
That's more realistic on it, honestly.
Yeah, just a person cosplaying a cat with like a little headband with like cat ears on it.
I know more human cats than actual cats, so yeah, I feel like that's more realistic. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so what are we feeling? Do more,
I think we can probably stop here.
draw more people as cats.
Draw all the people as cats. If people were cats, that's a book I actually owned at some point. If people were cats.
I kind of already know what that is because I know many like human cats. It's like that sounds like that's like my like bibliography or whatever autobiography. Like people are cats. This is what I've learned. People are cats and dogs.
Sometimes,
and mice.
yes, sometimes mice.
Sometimes mice. Oh my gosh, it looks like almost like the Goku hair.
A little bit.
Just now I'm like imagining Super Saiyan cat. Super Saiyan. Your time is meow.
So yeah, it's
She's got the axe.
nice. So yeah.
Girls with axes.
So I think we'll call it here because we're hungry and we need food.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for dropping by
Bye.
this surprise co-op art stream, and we'll probably do this again sometime if we're
Yeah.
ever in the same place and so on. And it was fun, and
If there's more girls with axes to draw,
Yes, always more girls with access to draw or access to grind, and yep, and I want to try like chibis at some point too, just because they're fun to draw and draw quickly. And one of the reasons I got into art was to like make cute little art and something I can draw quickly and send to someone. And I like to be getting better at that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for dropping by. Have a good day. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. And let's keep making wonderful things together.
Boop.
Bye-bye.
Boop.